Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful, or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always helpful, and endures through every circumstance. When I was a child, I spoke and thought like a child, but when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror. As we grow and mature, we see bit by bit more of the big picture. But then we will see everything with perfect clarity. All that I know now is partial and incomplete. But then I will know everything completely, just as God knows me completely. There are three things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. The greatest of these is love. True love has more to do with actions than a feeling. Dr. Cloud talks about 4 main areas of life we need to do to be mature adults. In his book, Changes That Heal, one of these areas is boundaries. Boundaries are property lines that differentiate where I end and someone else begins. As I define my property line, I can take responsibility for my life and operate as a mature adult. Some things are easier to learn than others. Some things we have to go the long way around and be in our 50s before we learn it, because they're more complex, higher ways of functioning that don't come to us naturally. I think most of what it takes to be a mature human being is not intuitive. It's not what we gravitate towards naturally doing. It's something that has to be taught. Respecting others is one thing that can take 50 years to learn. For others, it can take 70 or more years to learn. A lot of rules are put in place in the Old Testament so we would respect others. Along with treating others with respect, we would treat ourselves with respect and have others treat ourselves with respect. Basically, the golden rule. Along with helping us be mature adults, godly personal boundaries can help guide us through interpersonal relationships, complex and not so complex areas. As we sail through many types of water, clean personal boundaries and self-respect can guide you in a lot of these areas like traffic signs on a road trip. To have good sailing, captain on a ship, good principles and guidance can sail through a storm. Having boundaries and self-respect gives us the ability to sail well. In Leviticus 19:4, the ordinance about alcohol on the job is the same as now. If we go to work inebriated, it can affect our work. This passage about the use of wine or other intoxicating beverages indicates the importance of self-control. Because of the nature of work and their example, God required certain boundaries and evidence of their self-control. Alcohol would affect our ability to carry out the task God had called for them to do. This illustrates our need for boundaries and self-control.